my lords and lasses, put down your swords and shields. Stop doing your rituals as we go out of character with the Bros and Dragons podcast, bringing you behind the robes and armors of your favorite cast members and our guest players. This week, Adam sits down with
Tom Bensen. I play Xandro, the Wood Elf Ranger.
Well, thanks for coming back. Great to have you. Second time through the cast of Bros and Dragons podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So what, hopefully that can get edited out. What, do you remember from episode 31?
Man, I should have thought about this a little bit. So 31, I believe we were back in town. We had our dreams. Isn't that the one? Or am I thinking the wrong episode?
I think you're thinking the wrong episode.
Ah, crap.
I know that.
But I guess apparently I don't remember anything.
This one started off with a lot of side or personal story for Martin Firewall. He goes and gets trained by Morthos the Faithful. You remember that part in the beginning?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, he went and got trained. He's now first level cleric.
And what, 5th level barbarian?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 5th or 6th, something like that.
So do you think his rage will negate his spell casting ability as written?
I don't know. I would think if we stick to as written, then I think if he rages, he'll end up losing his concentration. He won't be able to cast spells. But that's as written, and as we all know, sometimes as written is just a guideline. So we'll see what Doc says on it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see a raging barbarian casting spells, or maybe he can only cast spells that require that don't require concentration.
Right.
Like quick.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's wild magic-y type stuff. When he's raging, he's susceptible to something going wrong.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Add a little spice and flavor to the game that way.
Right. Yeah. See if it screws up. That'd be cool.
And then after he becomes a cleric, we get the Elven Envoy shows up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Elven Envoy shows up, and I don't think Xandro was really convinced at first that this was an envoy. I think he was, kind of worried that it might be a demon or something.
Not that you guys have been burned by people not presenting truthfully
right?
who they were.
I think he's a little gun shy or something.
I don't know. Maybe you guys caused the demon apocalypse.
Well, I mean, those things happen.
Yeah, I mean, adventuring, sometimes you stumble.
Right? It's not like everything has went smooth for us from the beginning or anything. So, I mean, it's kind of par for the course.
The first quest you completely finish to an end causes a demon apocalypse.
Right? See, maybe we really had a plan there to not finish anything. We wouldn't cause any problems.
Yes.
But no, we got forced into finishing something, and look what happened.
And you guys didn't even get railroaded into finishing it. It's just like, hey, we should finish this.
Right? Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, well,
you
save 1,000 villagers, but you cause one demon apocalypse, and all of a sudden.
Right? Yeah. Oh, well.
So the envoy.
But it'll make for a good story, I think. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, the envoy shows up, right? And what do you remember what the envoy was telling the queen?
So that they would be ready. I guess it was 9 months, but then they weren't. She wasn't quite sure how long had it been. So she's guessing about 6 months that they would need help, or they were able to give help. I forget. I think it's they would be ready for us to help them, or somebody to help them.
I think it was there's 6 months they want like to mass the forces and march on Deimos,
Yeah.
demand civil
Right.
rights and rule of law, establishing a Congress of an upper and lower house, I think,
Right.
or war.
Yeah.
Whichever is easier to solve the conflict, really.
Right. Yeah, so we've got like 6 months to get that ready, I guess.
And what did you think?
And
What does Xandro think of this elf, this high elf envoy? Now that do you think he's convinced that she's not a demon or infiltrating for Deimos?
yeah, I think he thinks everything's squared away now. He's not a big fan of hers, but but I think he believes that she really is part of the elves, the high elves.
She says who she says she is.
Right.
Probably.
Correct. Yeah.
And she
I
seemed
mean,
she seemed real interested in Martin Firewell's new tattoo.
yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that, but I mean, Xandro he noticed it, and he did kind of figure out which god or goddess it belongs to. And so I don't know. I don't know where that's going to go, but we'll see.
Well, how about I mean, we talked a little bit on your first interview about Xandro, but we really didn't get too much backstory. I mean, we know that Xandro doesn't like going into crowded places, but now here he is, not joining the city guard, but he's a mentor to them, if you will. He guides them. They seek counsel with him and stuff like that, and he can call upon them at will. So, do you think he's changed a little bit in the 3 years? He's opened up, like he has welcomed these people into almost a family setting, or what's the change with him, his behavior and people, I guess?
Excuse me. Yeah, I think he has kind of learned a little bit, or is learning to trust people a little bit more, due to Martin and the rest of the crew. But I think, I don't know. I don't want to give too much away, because I kind of have an idea how he's going to go. But I think he's coming around a little bit, starting to trust people a little bit more, and trying to do his part to help out the kingdom. And part of that will be, trying to work with the guards and guards from other cities, and hopefully, not get stabbed in the back along the way, I guess.
So he's not really socializing with them. He's more just doing a job.
Yeah, I mean, he's being nice because he kind of has to, I guess, move forward with the whole story arc.
I mean, he doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want.
Well, true. I mean, but I think in the long run, it will help him, be able to help the kingdom, like I say.
So Martin Farwell didn't really ask him to take on this role. He sort of just gravitated towards it.
Yeah, he just kind of. I mean, Martin was gone for most of the 3 years, right? So, it's just something he kind of did on his own.
And so you think Xandros will try, or Xandro will try?
Xandro?
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed this, but I'm pretty bad with names.
Yeah. I always forget the names.
Emoji.
Right? Yeah, I don't
Emoga?
even try on that one.
Yeah, no. I like Bob, Ralph, Steve, Jeff.
Right?
Where are those? Those are good names, solid names. Samantha,
Right?
Sarah.
It's so much easier.
I mean, even the queen is a Rebecca. That's pretty easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I can remember that one better than Defina and Fidget Martin.
Yeah, I don't even know where Fidget came. Like, is that a nickname?
And
Is that?
yeah, that's his nickname. So is it Thomas Fidget Marin or something? Morin? Something, I don't know.
I'll have to go back to the first couple episodes.
Yeah, right. Take a look back at the first couple episodes, you'll figure it out.
And then just track the hierarchy, like the multitude of different names throughout the entire first season.
So I keep saying I'm going to go back and listen to them and refresh my notes or make notes for the episodes I didn't make any.
Make notes. I'm going to refresh the notes that I don't have into actual notes.
Right.
I guess that'll work. Do you think Xandros will try and help Martin Farwell regain his confidence and his leadership position among the group? I mean, it seems like it's defaulting to him taking a lead now anyway, but it's almost a reluctant leader.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the feeling I was getting was, it's kind of fallen to Xandro a little bit. And, with his past, I don't think it's something he's, looking forward to, that's for sure. But I think, I don't know if it was this 31st episode or maybe the next episode. He kind of states something that kind of makes it sound like, he's unsure of why Martin, is kind of falling away from, he doesn't want to make decisions, I'm guessing, or Xandro's guessing, is Martin doesn't want to make any decisions. And he's not too happy about that because he doesn't want to be the one to be the leader of the group.
No, I think it was episode 31 when Xandro presents the options to the group, right? There's like 6 different quests to go on. Get the floating city back in the air. Go see, what is it, the orcs. I mean, there's a multitude, right? And everyone's just sort of kicking sand and being like, well, we could do them all, or we could do none. And I think Xandro steps up, was like, well, why don't we raise the city back into the air? Crystaldale back into the air.
Right.
And then you had that elf envoy tag along.
Yeah, we went to the castle, trying to find some notes and stuff.
The mage tower, right? Or it wasn't a mage.
Yeah.
The old. You were trying to see the old man who put the city in the air to begin with, right?
Correct. Yeah, and I don't remember what the name of the tower was. The Black Tower, the Magic Tower, or something. I don't know.
It definitely was not that simple as, well, the Magic Tower.
Right? Yeah, I was like, I don't know what it's called. But anyways, I think, we got some information. We'll see how helpful it is.
Well, you didn't just get some information, right? Some weird stuff happened.
Well, yeah, we kind of had to take the information.
Do you think that it could have gone differently than the way it went down?
Yeah, I'm not sure. The guy didn't seem too thrilled about us taking the paperwork, and we kind of felt that we needed it. So I'm not really sure how else. Maybe we could have used less violence, I guess, but
some more tact,
maybe a little bit more, but we got the information we needed in the end.
Right.
or so we believe, anyways.
Maybe we could have gotten Queen Rebecca to come and talk to the guy.
Yeah, I mean, well, he was
Like-
gonna burn it,
Yeah.
right? So I mean,
I guess
it was kind of. I
exigent.
mean, maybe if we a few minutes before that we would have done some things different, maybe that would have been a better idea. But up until that point, that gave us no option right there at that point.
Exigent circumstances.
Once he started to light it on fire.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's burning what we need. Oh, we should go get the queen. Alert the city guards.
Right?
But
And so we'll find out, I guess, what happens, because we made it back to the castle, to Queen Rebecca,
well,
and that's where we stopped.
after the
Right?
old man was knocked unconscious.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was knocked unconscious, and then he tried to attack us, and
Well,
we killed him. And
he turned into a little kid. Now
right,
it looks bad.
yeah,
You go from
and we're carrying the little kid with us as we leave.
hey, look, we started a demon apocalypse 3 years later. We're killing little kids. We're
Right?
the best heroes in the world, guys.
It's kind of funny.
Uh,
Doesn't make us look very good, but
oops.
yeah. So we did a lot of nothing. Then we started Demon Apocalypse, and now we're killing kids. I mean, those things happen in life.
I mean, the pathway down is laid with good intentions, right? I mean,
Right? I mean, sometimes you gotta cause a little disruption along the way.
or a lot of. I mean, look, if you
Right.
cause a demon apocalypse and you're an adventurer, then you have almost assured job security until the demon apocalypse is over, right? I mean,
Right.
so it's kind of like maybe you guys caused it on purpose because you wanted to keep getting paid.
But I don't know that we're getting paid for any of this.
Well, that's on you guys because you need to negotiate your terms better than.
Right? I think that's what we need to do.
I mean, we could help you, Queen Rebecca, but what's in it for us?
Right? And we're risking a lot and doing a lot for nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, it's us out of the kindness of our hearts that we're doing this. Come on. I mean, an elf's got to eat eventually.
Right?
So maybe you could just get like a little 5-10 acre plot of woods that you just call your own and you just retreat to.
That's a good idea.
And Martin can get into like a small, import, export, trade goods. We'll call it like the East India Trade Company. I don't know.
Right?
But where do
Yeah.
you see it going from here? Now that you guys have this note telling you how to get the city back in the air.
Yeah, I mean, none of the three of us are certainly any type of magic user to be able to pull this off. So us just trying to do it on our own obviously is out.
You mean a level 1 cleric isn't a powerful enough magic user to raise
Right?
the city into the air?
Nor is a 7th level ranger have enough magic to,
Or
to do anything.
or a rogue? I mean,
Yeah. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to find somebody, and I mean, so far, as far as magical people that really stand out in my mind are either the elf envoy, the boy who used to be a man that we killed, whoops, and which didn't seem like he would be up for it anyways. And then who is it? Defina? Or am I mixing up the?
I think
the
Defina's
rogue
a
and the-
human wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which seemed to be much more powerful last time we seen her.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility. And I don't remember any other like magic users. I think it's mostly been like clerics that we've run into.
It seems. Oh, I mean, you have the entire
You know?
cleric school with Morthos the Faithful, right? I mean, he
Right.
seems pretty powerful now too.
Yeah. So I mean, possibly a cleric could do it. I don't know. Um, but
I mean,
those are
the elf
the
envoy.
three.
The elf envoy is a phoenix sorcerer, and that was released in Unearthed Arcana recently.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, she's pretty powerful. It's a pretty cool new like domain of cleric, I guess, or a sorcerer, subclass of sorcerer.
Oh, okay.
Archetype, archetype,
Yeah.
whatever
something
that
like
word
that.
is, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I always go with archetype, but
Arch.
I could be wrong.
Archetype. I mean, if you want to use the actual letters in the word, it'd be archetype. Yeah.
Right.
But you know, us here at Bros and Dragons Podcast, we do not let literacy get in the way of a good time.
Right. We just if we don't know how to sound it out, we'll just make it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's close enough. You know what we're talking about.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, those are the only two that are alive that I personally would think, might have a chance to do it.
Now the spell called for you had to sacrifice magic, correct? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it was they had to sacrifice magic, which could be giving up part of themselves to get it done, and it could,
Or
destroy the whole world.
a magical
basically.
sacrifice. Like,
Well, it said, he had said to us that he couldn't believe that, the guy would have done that because he had to give up part of himself. What exactly that means, I don't know, but I guess, we'll find out eventually, maybe.
hopefully.
Unless we find some other quest to go on
I mean,
and forget about that.
Put this one on the back burner over there with getting that dang crystal over to the island to rebind it.
Right? Well, wait, didn't Defina say that she had done that?
She might have. I think that was just a, hey, we're never going to get back to this quest, so let's just close that.
Which maybe we might have got back to that.
Yeah, I mean, 3, 4, 10 years down the road, it's like, hey,
Right?
who has that
Hey,
quest
by the
log
way.
book? Oh.
Right? Hey, by the way, I found this crystal. Aren't we supposed to do something with a crystal?
Yeah, I mean, you only have 2 of the original party members.
Right, exactly.
I mean, Xandra doesn't know anything about a crystal.
Right, no, he doesn't.
He's like, what? Crystal? No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Crystal Dale, yeah.
I mean,
It's the only thing he knows about crystals.
but it seems like a good route for the elf envoy to sort of sacrifice herself for the greater good of the world as of Enon, right? Or the land of Enon.
Right. Yeah.
And a nice smooth way to get rid of that guest character.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me, but it's not my story.
Nope.
Well, I mean, I guess it's partly my story, but
You add
I'm not the
color.
DM.
You add the color to what's sketched out on the paper.
Right.
So.
So yeah. So I don't know for sure. I think, but I'm curious to see if that's actually like the next place we go, because that was tentatively the plan, but
Now you have to deal with killing this little kid.
right.
And convincing
So who
them.
knows? We may all be in prison, and that's the end of the whole story.
Yeah. Hey, season 2 is only 6 episodes long.
Right. So who knows?
Or you're all imprisoned and then you bring out new characters.
Right.
New heroes that
That's
actually want to help the people and not just cause mayhem and murder things.
right. That actually get some things done.
Yeah, maybe they get hired and there's a contract and it's like, hey, these are step goals and we'll reward you as you reach each milestone, and then if you cause another demon apocalypse, we kill you.
Right. Sounds like a good plan.
Right? Hey, now you know your left and right limits and you can go forward and do whatever you need to do. Or
Right.
the queen gives you like, guys, just I'll I'll sweep this one under the rug. Just don't kill any more little kids. How about that?
Right? I think, I wonder if there's any surveillance cameras in there. Oh,
Like an eye of watching or something.
right?
Yeah. He attacked us first. He's 8 years old.
I mean, he was a middle-aged man when I shot that last arrow. So, I
Prove it.
mean,
Were you
Yeah.
wearing a body cam?
right? No,
It's
forgot it. I forgot it back at home.
it's your word versus the body of a dead 8-year-old.
Right? See, we probably should have just got rid of the body. Because if there's no body, then there's no crime, right?
Or just use non-lethal force.
Well, yeah, we probably could have done
Everyone
that.
forgets about non-lethal force. You don't have to kill everything. You can just knock it out.
I mean, I could have probably shot for his legs rather than really announce, I'm shooting for his eyeball.
I'm aiming to kill him. I want to, and if not kill, maim the fuck out of him.
Right?
How-
Well,
How'd you lose your eye? Well, an elf ranger shot it out. Oh, interesting.
yeah, that was unfortunate.
Hey, that kid, chose to pick on some people that were not happy to see him.
Right?
Or
I mean, in our defense, we did say it probably isn't going to go well. There's only one of you and 4 of us,
yeah,
So, I mean, we did kind of give him a chance to
he
just turn and walk away.
he could have not burned the spell and been like, "Hey, look, guys, let's go talk to the queen and see what she says about this."
Right.
He could
So,
have
I mean,
de-escalated it too.
yeah. So, I mean, it's not all on us.
He started the fight for sure.
Yeah.
So, you guys are the victims, but you ended up winning.
Yeah.
So, I blame the little kid.
Yeah. Me too.
Lesson to all the little kids out there.
Don't start shit.
Yeah. Don't start shit unless you can finish shit.
Right?
And then,
Yeah.
of course, throughout the entire episode, which were cut out of the on-air episode, I don't know if you missed that, all the one-handed jokes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But there was a lot at the end.
Yeah, the blooper reel.
The blooper reel. So, but yeah, most of them were cut out of. I don't think there was any in the actual episode.
No, it kept it pretty straightforward and, to the point of the story.
Right.
It wasn't comedy hour at the castle with Rebecca.
Right. Which, I mean, we did kind of go off on a tangent for quite some time. So
I think it was like a total probably of 20 to 30 minutes of just ragging on Martin.
Right. Yeah. It's a little crazy.
But speaking about comedy clubs and side jobs, and Xandros was working with the Castle Guard and everything like that. What do you think of, the the side jobs or, income generation work in the realm of role playing games? Do you like it? Do you think it adds something?
I mean, it does. It can. I mean, we did take a year off or 3 years off or whatever it was. So I mean, that could have been played in to the story. But I think a lot of times, I mean, with us, it's just constant. We're going here, going there, running there, going there. So I don't know that there's a whole lot of time for side jobs.
Yeah, true. I mean, hey, I can't go on this mission, guys. I got a shift at the tavern, and my boss is
Right.
a real bear. I mean, literally a bear bug, and he just rides me.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I mean, yeah, it just depends. I mean, every game is different, but for the most part, I think we're always just going here, going there,
Yeah,
doesn't leave a whole lot of time for side quests.
you guys are never eating,
Or,
because I never hear anybody like, "I'm breaking out rations during this short rest and eating," or "Oh, we're taking a long rest. I'm going to eat 2 meals." All right, well, I have no food. Oh fuck!
right?
Hey, Ranger, go find a squirrel.
Well, the first episode or two that the ranger came in, he did say that he was going to go hunt and get food.
Yeah, but it's never
After
like
that, yeah, not so much.
yeah, it's not like, all right, well, you guys forgot to eat, so take exhaustion 1.
I think for us, a lot of time we just assume when you're taking a short rest, you're drinking, you're eating, you're relaxing, maybe even catch a few Z's, and then move on.
But no, yeah, but I mean,
But we don't really state it.
but you also don't
too
really
often.
say, hey, I'm bringing. All right, well, I'm down to my last ration, guys. Like, I'm not saying that it needs to go that way, but it just seems interesting to me.
Yeah.
That no one
Yeah.
ever really talks about eating, drinking, or
Yeah, right. Unless we're going to the inn,
Yeah. Well, we're going to the
then
tavern.
we're drinking. Right?
Or like armor upkeep or weapons up. Like no one's like, well, I'm taking out my whetstone and I'm going to sharpen my blade and sharpen the bolts because those will get rusty.
Right. Well, I don't know. Is it really that important to have on the podcast?
I mean,
I guess it depends if fans want to, Yeah, it would make sense to do it, and talk about it at least every now and then. But I think it's something that we always just gloss over and move on to the next part of the story.
get that story going. You get so involved,
Right.
in killing little kids and having human apocalypses and seeing what else we can fuck up in the world.
Right?
Ain't nobody got time to eat.
All right. I ain't got time for that.
Ain't got time to bleed.
Right? I do have written on my character sheet that I have rations and a water skin with me,
Well,
But
then there you go. You're perfect.
right? So it's there.
And you're a ranger, so you're already, you can go forage for food and hunt and stuff. So
Right. But I think those little things probably should be thrown in there now and then.
a cursory nod to the fact that you guys are actually living beings that need sustenance and nourishment.
Right? We just live off the high of the adrenaline of killing everybody.
I live off the blood of my enemies.
Right?
Well, there's not much blood in an 8-year-old, okay?
Yeah, I guess probably not that much.
You're going to have to kill a bunch of those little kids to sustain nourishment off of them.
That's so bad. People would be listening to this and be like, what in the hell is wrong with these guys?
That's the most fucked up podcast ever.
Right?
Dear God, what do they do?
It was just one. Come on.
Yeah, but that's a slippery slope. You get a taste for the first one, you're like, ooh, got to chase that high.
Right?
Next thing you know, you're going to the city orphanage, and it's like, let's burn this shit down.
Oh, that's too funny.
That will not make it into a podcast. I will try my best to make it so that there's no burning of
we'll
orphanages.
avoid that as much as possible.
Doc, don't put that into the story.
Right? Now I'm going to have to watch out wherever we set fires. Make sure it's,
I look around to see.
There's
before I
nobody
set the
around.
fire. I clear the background of the enemy before I shoot my bow in case I miss and I strike a little child being held by its mom.
Right?
It was dumb enough to walk around while there's an undead infestation.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I think we about wrapped up episode 31 and Xandro's take on it at least.
Yeah. I think so.
You want to
Try.
we could sprinkle some seedlings for the next episode, not giving anything away, but what did you think?
Hell, if I even remember what happened.
You don't remember what happened on the next episode? Doc, let us all be Dragonborns.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I was thinking our story, and I'm thinking that's the last place I remember us being.
Yeah.
And that's why, because the next episode is an offshoot.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for what happened at the end of that episode.
yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. I don't think I took any notes on that one because
It was a one-off.
I actually I wrote some notes and then I remembered like halfway through that it was just a one-off and went, I don't need these notes.
Whatever.
Oh, whatever.
I took notes because I'm interviewing our guest players
Oh yeah,
next. So been doing my research on
Yeah.
them and getting ready for that interview. But I mean, I think the end will have the group singing a different tune,
yeah,
which I'm super excited for. Can't wait to see that. Or
right.
hear
I,
that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what happened. I mean,
Well, we
I
don't
know,
need to
like,
talk
the
about what happened
beginning.
exactly. We can just talk around how it's,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. Well, I played what? Should I say what I played? Yeah, why not? It's gonna give nothing away. I played a Silver Dragonborn fighter. What is it? Arcane fighter. What the hell is that called?
The archetype.
Yeah, the archetype.
Here, hold on. I got my. Is it? It's in the player's handbook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me bring up. I can.
Everybody's like, what the hell? He doesn't even know what he's
He
talking
doesn't
about.
even know his own thing. There's
Yeah.
champion, battle master, Eldritch Knight.
Eldritch Knight. There you go.
That's it. Yeah, Eldritch Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Arcane. That's real close.
Yeah. Well, he uses magic.
Yeah. Magic
So
using.
that's why I was thinking arcane, you know?
Yeah. All right. I'll give you Arcane.
Yeah. So, but then, yeah, obviously I've never played one of them before because I don't even know the name of it. But, I mean, it's short. It's a one-off, you know, so you don't get to really see too much of what your character can do,
Yeah.
you know? But I think the concept of it I actually kind of like, you know, little magic, little fighting.
Yes.
Seems like cool concept.
Especially at the higher levels when you get that second attack where you can, cast and slash.
Right. Yeah, and I had a good thought of, you know, like, all right, if we really get in a good battle, I might be able to do that because we were high enough level to get to that point.
Yes.
And so I was like, cool, you know, and but yeah, it didn't work out. I didn't get to really do it.
Oh well.
So
Well,
I was like, oh well.
if Xandro's imprisoned for killing an 8-year-old boy, you need a new character to play. You can always
Right.
roll a fighter, an Eldritch Knight
There you
fighter.
go. Yeah, we should all just be fighters, no magic whatsoever.
Ooh, wow. That's harking back to like the NES Final Fantasy days of like you take 4 fighters, see what happens.
Right. I'm not sure that would work out too well, but
You would need a lot of gold to buy healing potions. Like you need one guy just all right. You're going to be the healing potion guy.
yeah.
You're just gonna
Well,
go
it's
in.
not like we had a cleric all that long. Anyways, we went a while with, you know.
Yeah, and then the
No
ban
healing.
on paladins doesn't allow for healing through paladin.
Right. I mean, Xandro has, you know, cure lights, but I think he's only got 3 or 4.
Is he proficient?
So,
Is he proficient in medicine and herbal kits?
yeah. Yeah,
So,
I mean, he's got potions, but
almost like every
You
short
know.
rest, he should be like, "Hey, I'm going to make 2 or 3 of these herb kits for 1d4 plus
Right.
con modifier of healing."
right? Yeah. I mean, he's got his own healing. I don't know what anybody else is going to do,
His
but
ball's on the fairway. You guys are shit out of luck.
right? I mean, he, you know, especially, I mean, when he first came into the group, he doesn't know them. He
Yeah.
doesn't really trust people anyways.
And now,
You know,
Martin and Alicia seem to be, on again, off again. Zach and Kelly from Saved by the Bell type shit, and
what? Oh, Saved by the Bell. Okay.
the TV show from like the late '80s.
Yeah.
Mark Paul
Well,
Gauthier, Tiffany.
wasn't really a
Amber
big
Thiessen.
fan, but
What?
yeah, sorry.
AC Slater. Can you tell I was raised by television?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not a big fan of TV.
No? Books?
No. I read. I know how to read.
I could read the letters put in front of me.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a super big reader, but I read now and then.
I've been known to dabble in the art of literacy. Yes.
Right? I've seen words before. I mean,
They make sense when I put them together.
right?
But damn,
Yeah.
if you're gonna,
I don't know. TV was never my big thing.
Oh well, learn something new about our player.
Right? See?
See, I break you down. Soon, next thing you know, by the third or fourth time, I'm gonna have you like spilling your guts and crying like Oprah.
Right?
And then I'll be giving away
Just one
cars to
time.
every guest I have on. Be like, you get a car. Oh, you can get a Matchbox car.
Right?
I mean, shit.
As long as you don't specify.
I tried to give away a dice bag on the last episode. No one said a damn thing.
Oh, well, what the heck?
Yeah. I was like, here's a key phrase. Tell me the phrase by the time the next episode comes out, and haven't heard snot yet. I mean, granted, we have
Well,
a little bit
holy
of time
crap.
before this episode comes out, but
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, and this is the next one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've got a little bit of time. So hopefully somebody.
Hopefully. I mean, we got the fan art contest. We got my dice bag contest. We got, it pays to be a fan.
Right? I mean, even if you already have a dice bag, I mean, who doesn't need like a second one?
Yeah.
You know?
And this one's a cool, kick-ass Bros and Dragons podcast dice bag, not your Crown Royal
Right.
purple dice bag.
And it is nice. I mean, I have one and
Yeah.
and it's nice.
Well constructed.
I mean, it's not like a cheap piece of crap bag or anything.
No.
It's a nice bag.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm just trying to give one away.
Right. And the price is right. I mean, free. I mean,
Well, I mean, you could probably
Can't
go to
get
your
much
local
better than that.
library and get free internet and pay, like, you don't even have to pay for internet if you go get free internet, and then you can just, follow directions on the podcast and get a free dice bag.
right? I mean, that's a pretty good deal.
Or follow directions on the website and get a free Dungeons and Dragons 5th ebook of your choosing, not
Yeah,
to
that
exceed the
one-
price of Yawning Portal.
Right? That one I can't believe, we don't have more.
And it was, I mean, you didn't have to, like, it was stick figures.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be a good artist.
No.
I mean, I forget when the contest is up. I don't know if it's going to be up before this, but
It's going to be up. I think it's up right around the time this episode airs.
well, if it's not over,
Right.
freaking scribble some stuff on a paper and send it in.
Yeah, I mean, shoot us a message
what-
on Facebook or Twitter, or tag us on Instagram or something.
Right? I mean,
MySpace even.
worst case scenario, you don't win. But if you do win, you get a 5 ebook.
Yeah, that's,
And what do they go for? Like
I think 45
20,
to
30, 45, something like that? I don't know.
45 minimum.
Yeah.
I mean, I got my PHB for 45, I think,
Right?
and that was on Amazon.
I mean, yeah.
and if
I mean,
you really
that's-
want, we
that's
could
a
have
good
it
deal.
signed by everybody,
Right?
by the cast.
Yeah.
That'd be.
I mean, if they ask nicely,
Yeah.
I'm sure,
yeah.
you could twist my arm to sign my name to it.
And the podcast got its first Patreon subscriber recently
Nice.
this month. So
Nice.
so that's still around and well. If people are generous enough, that'd be amazing. But that's out of my realm. That's not my side job. My side job is
Right.
this.
Right?
This is what I do as a career outside of my other career.
Yeah. How many careers can one person have?
Well, I mean, I'm not starting demon apocalypses, burning down orphanages, or killing little kids. So I
Well,
might
why
as well make
not?
a podcast.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say really about the one-off without giving anything away.
Yeah, no. But it was fun.
I
It
mean,
was
it's-
nice getting to meet some other people in the space, and they seemed like a good group of people.
Yeah. It was fun. It was something different, kind of broke it up a little bit. I think it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, and there was still like death and destruction in the one-off. So I mean, it fits with our story archetype. Wait a minute, nope.
Exactly. I mean, if you need your killing, there's killing in there.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
And fun killing.
So that's always a good thing.
It's a one-off to lose your head over.
Right.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, thank you again, Tom, for stopping by and letting me interview you for the Out of Character. We will wrap it up here. So if there's anything you'd like to plug, personal, professional, or somewhere in between.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I appreciate you having me on. You can follow me on Bros or at Bros Old Guy on Twitter. I finally broke the 250 follower mark, so
You have more
you know
followers
I
than
got
I
that. Excuse me. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, listen to the podcast, and if you're listening to this, you obviously do. Other than that, I mean, I don't know what else to plug. You know, we put the same stuff on all the time.
Yeah.
You can check us out everywhere. You know, and
We have MySpace up and operational, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
I love that it's MySpace. That's so hilarious.
I think it's great. MySpace is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, like 20 years ago.
You mean before it was sold for
Yeah, right.
$850 million?
Yeah, I guess it wasn't too bad of an idea for somebody, huh?
No, Tom made out like a band.
Right. Yeah. Too bad it wasn't me, Tom.
Yeah, wrong Tom.
Damn it.
Damn it, Tom.
Why didn't I come up with some goofy ass thing like that?
Seriously.
Oh,
Okay.
well. But yeah, other than that, I mean, just check us out. And what we're on Twitch live on Tuesdays now, so you can come in and harass us there.
Yeah, we're starting to stream live when we're not doing one-off specials with guest characters. So yeah, we'll try and get that information out, but just join us on Twitch. There's also Mankoya on Sundays. I'm not 100% sure if we're still doing breaking down D&D, but we have that may be making a resurface also. So multitude of ways to find us on social media, multitude of ways to listen to the cast and crew on the podcast, wherever you find them. And from all of us here at Bros and Dragons Incorporated, thank you, Tom, again. And remember, guys, to keep it nerdy and live your dreams.
Later.
This has been a Bros and Dragons production.